You know, sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away. Not tonight. I played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're gonna want to as well.
Oh, dude, I thought he died. I thought I died. What the hell? What is happening? Yeah!
Okay.
Did I do it? Oh no, I didn't do. Damn. I have no idea what's going on right now. Like, I don't. What is happening? What I think of that? It was kind of hard to tell because of how confused I was and how, you know, everyone in that round is confused. I love Geoff Keighley to death. Overall, he is such a boon for gaming. Geoff, I appreciate you. I'm never going to look at a game recommendation from you again without like a squint. Highguard is a very interesting free-to-play game from some makers of Apex and other games, and it was announced at the Game Awards in kind of the golden goose slot at the very end of the show.
Welcome to Highguard.
It seemed from the trailer that we saw that it was a relatively average game following some not-so-great trends in the industry, and after that, the devs went totally silent, while Geoff, the leader of that said game show, promoted the heck out of it over the following 2 weeks, and then just today it released into the ether after a very brief wind-up of just a few days confirming its existence. And here we are. I've now played it for about 2.5 hours, and I can safely say it is pretty much what I was expecting.
You're looking for generators to destroy. They're usually inside.
Dude, this almost feels like Titan mode from 2142 a little bit. This is like 3 other games game modes on top of each other. I didn't really see anything new. I did see some new combinations. I loved when that siege thing came out. That was good. I really like the mount. The mount gameplay seems cool. But you know, let's maybe it's a lot more fun than I'm thinking. Yeah, it's got elements of like Titans mode in 2142. There's some bomb and defuse stuff. It seems like what's going to be interesting is there's lots of different stages to the game, it seems like. And I wonder how like dealing with that is going to make the game flow. It is a collection of game mechanics we have seen before. Some interesting kind of fun newer ones in a pretty standard first person kind of arena. And kind of like the trailer looked, it does play, in my opinion, a little above average. Am I having fun so far? I'm still learning it. There's a lot to the game, and like I'm still kind of taking a class and learning it. I mean, it's definitely it's a solid game. I don't yet really know if it's like the next big one, but it's absolutely a solid game. Like it's working. The gameplay loop is interesting, and it definitely has some good things going for it. I think that as a free-to-play game, as long as the devs really stick with it, I think when this game gets more game modes, dude, a CTF, I feel like a more straightforward CTF with this exact framework could be a lot of fun, actually. I think that this game could get to be very cool, and I do hope they stick with it and kind of add a bunch more game modes and larger player maps and things like that. All of that being said, right now, it is a 3v3 competitive hero shooter with a gameplay loop that is not really complex, but more, I will say advanced, more complicated than a standard game like this. It's gonna take a few rounds to really understand how to play the game properly. That was 100% natural first round. All 3 of us were confused, didn't really know what was going on. We're frequently kind of like, what do we do now? Where do we go?
I think they got it, right?
I'm on my way.
On the other side.
It's forming. They haven't picked it up yet. We're in the wrong place. It's to the left.
What is this?
Cracked open an airdrop.
I'm like, I don't know the lack of gameplay options and stuff in this game is kind of annoying.
Ooh.
Like, I cannot do like a no toggle crouch. I can't change head bob.
That tells me that the game probably could use some work there. And then on top of that, it's 3v3, which means that everybody needs to kind of know what they're doing for your team to succeed. Everything about this game would make sense with more players. I'm starting to agree with that. I think this game would be a lot more fun with more players. It almost feels empty right now. And like, there's not a lot of ambient noise. Like it feels like this was made for more players.
Intercept them.
Very strange. Basically, what I'm getting to, the point I'm getting to here is that this is not the next Ark Raiders. This is not the next Marvel Rivals. This game is a little more complex than I think that most casual players are going to be used to. The feedback is not quite there in terms of exactly what you should be doing and when. it is a gameplay loop that I think is going to be awesome and refined over time for like a smaller, more dedicated community. So I think it's going to be the kind of thing where there's going to be probably a tight-knit Highguard community that are really getting into that loop. And I do think that if everyone in the game really knew what they were doing and understood the game, those rounds are probably way, way more fun than the rounds we're seeing now. I will say this, unfortunately. I definitely, I see the potential. I've given it some time. I'm playing it. There's no question. This is above average in terms of like the playability. The gunplay feels good. I love the mount system. I think some people will find a whole lot of value in this game and really have a great time with it. That being said, I do not think this game is going to have the general public appeal
Respawns are almost locked. We're getting into the
that
overtime
has
stretch.
warranted the hype. Like it definitely brings me back. Like this is a cool game. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool game. It's a solid game. So I made this comment where it's like, you know, just this big joke where I was like, either I'm going crazy, the world's going crazy. I'm feeling relatively sane right now. I had a pretty good idea about what this game was going to be, and it's pretty much what I thought it was going to be. Again, for kind of like the masses, we'll say, the kind of the casual player, I think they're going to play a few rounds and feel like this is too much. So that's unfortunate. I definitely thought that it was going to have a broad kind of the next big thing appeal. It does not have that, in my opinion. It is not a Concord, which I'm already getting asked a bunch. Is this Concord 2? No. This game has far more passion, far more design. You can tell that there were people working on this game that were trying to do something cool, but it just being shadow dropped like this, and I feel like it really could have benefited from like an open beta. I feel like it could have benefited from people trying it and then giving them feedback to fine tune it, because with a few smaller changes, I think this game could be a lot more fun. For instance, I am very much in the boat that like a 5v5 minimum, and I mean, I think 8 versus 8 could be fun in this game. This game should at least be 6v6. I agree. I hope they put in higher player game modes. I can already see that being far more enjoyable. But 3v3, especially with how complex the loop is and everything, it would be real hard for me to play this game without friends and like want to do well. Because I feel like I get that MOBA feeling of like needing my team members to do what they're doing and needing, you know, and that's again, that's just going to kind of like telescope that niche level down. So TLDR, Highguard. It is an average to above average game. This is not going to be the big grand scale flop that I think a lot of people were thinking. I think it's going to be a game that we're going to see over time isn't going to do enough damage for them to have to like rethink their investment in the game. That is a concern. I mean, right now on Steam, I think people in chat are saying it's at like 19%. That's not great for a free-to-play game because a lot of people look at that number and when they decide to download it, and that's tough. So I do wish the dev team the best, because I hope that they can kind of fine-tune this a little bit more, because I think that with the right kind of just a little bit harder push over the finish line, this could be a lot more palatable to a lot more people. I mean, just having a CTF mode in this game would have been night and day. I would have probably switched to that mode and just come back tonight and played more of it. But the fact that the only thing I can do is this kind of 3v3 raid, like, I don't know if I'm going to go back until I can do more.